says the UK Parliament approves unprecedented new hacking and surveillance powers. And this is from November 22nd, this article. We were going to cover this then, and we run out of time all the time, so we moved it up. So let's just read a little bit of this article. It says, last week, the UK's Parliament approved the Investigatory Powers Bill, dubbed the Snoopers Charter by critics. The Investigatory Powers Bill essentially retroactively legalizes the electronic spying programs exposed in the Snowden documents and also expands some of the government's surveillance powers. So it looks to be, Steve, like they so they were doing a bunch of illegal shit. Edward Snowden reveals that the government is doing illegal stuff, and so how do they counter it? So did they stop doing the illegal stuff and arrest the people who are doing it and charge them to make sure the illegal stuff never happened again? No. What did they do? Well, when you break the law at the behest in the aid of power, nothing happens. So what they did is they passed a law that made the crimes you did yesterday okay.
Yeah. So okay, again, this is the UK. This is not the United States. But in the United States, in the Constitution, one thing you cannot do is pass ex post facto laws. And what that means is you can't pass laws that impact what happened in the past, right? So if you, let's say, shopped at Popeye's fried chicken yesterday, well, I can't pass a law today saying shopping there is illegal, then put you in jail for it, right? So this is the reverse of it. They did something illegal and then retroactively made it legal to cover their own ass.
That's called ex post facto?
Ex post facto.
Ex post facto.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing that you can't do is do bills of attainder, which means laws that are targeted for a particular person. So I can't pass a law that says Jimmy Dore is not allowed to steal, right? The law has to be no one's allowed to steal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here it goes on. It says perhaps the most controversial aspect of the new law is that it will give the British government the authority to serve internet service providers with a data retention notice. Ooh, that sounds horrible. Forcing them to record and store for up to 12 months logs showing websites visited by all of their customers. So now anybody who hacks in to that database will have your web browsing history forever, for the last year, because they are compelling the internet provider company to keep that data. They don't need to keep it. The government is making them keep it. So now anybody can get that data, and the government wants that data. They want to know what websites you're going to. Isn't that weird? That sounds so. I feel so free. I wish somebody would invade so we could have more freedom in the Western Europe. All right, here we go. So it says law enforcement agencies will then be able to obtain access to this data without any court order or warrant. That sounds unbelievable. That sounds amazing to me.
Well, that eviscerates the Fourth Amendment. Okay, again, this is the UK.
This is the UK's,
yeah. But for in the United States, that's the Fourth Amendment. You know, you're not allowed to have search and seizure without reasonable, having a warrant.
But they do the same thing here in America, Steve.
Yeah.
Right. That's the whole. That's the whole them collecting all of your thing. It is breaking the Fourth Amendment. It is against the Constitution. No one seems to give a shit about just like what they said on Boston Legal. What Denny Crane said on Boston Legal. He said the Constitution says what we say it says. That's what we the Supreme Court says. Well, how do we get the Supreme Court? We appoint them, and they say whatever we want them to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening.
I mean, it's almost comical because this is literally the opposite of the Fourth Amendment. Okay,
yes.
which protects us from unreasonable searches and seizure by the government, because without it, then it's complete tyranny.
Yes.
If the government can just come and take and seize whatever they want, whenever they want it, without having an impartial judiciary signing off on a warrant, that means we're at the mercy of the executive branch. So if they want to be good guys, great. But if they want to be bad guys, there's nothing we can do about it.